Okay, today is going to be a little bit different. I'm actually going to be talking about shoes off, what's really going on. Now, as you know, with all my shoes, it's like, what shoes do I wear? What's my own path? What's my own way? And how do I do that with like-minded individuals, which we're hopefully collecting en route here so that we can all help and support each other. Now, the idea of shoes off, what's really going on, excuse me, is when you're barefoot. This is just how you are, as an individual. And, I would like to have it where members, once I've set up my membership thing, it would be very cost effective, a small monthly subscription, to have it where one of the benefits, one of the values that would come into it is going to be having a shoes off, what's really going on session. So that will be valuable as a group where you guys can come online and talk to me. And if you're based locally in Queenstown, I'm looking at running these offline classes as well, where it's like, let's get our shoes off, let's just say what is actually happening, rather than, I think we're so swamped in this world of, we've got to look good and be something that we're not, and we have to present this face to, this face to this person and this face to that person, and I have to behave a certain way to get appreciation, and it's just like, behind the scenes we might be struggling, we might be in overwhelm, we might be really stressed out, we might be really anxious, we might be dealing with some kind of addiction, maybe something really major happened to us that we've never ever had the courage to actually talk about. So it could be really deep-seated, it could be something really quite small. So I'd love to know if that you guys would think that kind of thing would be useful to you, because if we don't start talking, nothing's going to change. That's fundamentally. So today I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to start sharing my journey just so that you know that it's not an easy thing. I remember talking to my oldest brother, extremely successful, has made it look so easy and cruisy and whatever, and I'm quite sure that it hasn't been like that for him, but that's the way it's come across. And kudos, it's paid off. He's done really, really well. But it's not like that for everybody, and I just remember this one image. I don't know if I can find it. I saw it a long time ago, where, especially on social media, is like how we present ourselves on, say, like Facebook or Instagram, and we're all beautiful and fantastic on the outside, and it's like an apple, it's all glossy and shiny on the outside, and then on the back end it's just all chewed away. And it's like, I don't know about you, but I'm a mum, I'm trying to run my business, I'm trying to get this off the ground as well, and it doesn't come without its challenges, because there's only one of me, and I'm now doing everything, and now I've had a few more challenges thrown at me. So I'm going to start with my sharing so that you can follow the journey with me, so that you get that even though I'm a coach, and even though, I've learned all these tools and everything, thank God, honestly, sorry for swearing, but, thank goodness, I've learned all this stuff, because honestly, you got to be, that emotional resilience toolkit that I was telling you about, where you can buy those different things that you need. It's like a handbag like this, it's like your handbag, and inside is my little toolkit, and I whip out and I go, right, I'm going to use my hairbrush or whatever to fix this issue. The same as the emotional resilience toolkit. It's going to be like, I'm feeling a bit anxious today, I think I might do the EFT. Or do you know what, I'm feeling a bit down today, blowing my nose, so release that way. But you could also do an EMDR technique, and you go into your toolkit, you pull it out. It doesn't matter where you are, you can use it on yourself, you can use it on somebody else, it doesn't matter. So, the whole thing is to give you those resilience tools. And the reason I've had to have them is because life happens sometimes, it just comes and blindsides you. I've had a very interesting week. Look, I don't even know how far back to go, but I'm doing a shoes off session with you, and I'd love for you guys to start sharing with me. Please go into the Facebook group if you're brave enough to do it. If you're not, just DM me. Honestly, just send me a message and just let me know what's happening. listening, and if, you know, there's some way that we can support in a group environment, or if you want one-on-one coaching, yes, I do charge for it. But honestly, if it's going to shift you, great, you know, it's worth it, right? But if you don't want to, that's absolutely fine. I'm not here. This is not the reason I'm here. I'm here to get you in your own shoes, on your own path, going your own way. But you've got to be resilient sometimes. You just got to, you know, stuff just comes at you. I mean, we've just gone through a pandemic, and then you've got other things as well. So I don't even know if I've even spoken about this, but about a year ago, my husband was diagnosed with cancer. And it's been quite a journey for him. Mainly, you know, we were all worried about the cancer, but actually it turned out to be the surgeon that was more of an issue, because when it came to his final op, the surgeon really botched it, and I nearly lost him twice. So this is actually just in September, this last year. I mean, it's not long ago. Now, look, I haven't divulged this to many people, and I mean, you know, it's one of those things. I mean, he's okay now with it. He wasn't wanting me to say anything to anyone before, but he's kind of okay with it now, because we've come through it. But you know, that botched surgery, I mean, it gives you a real awakening. And for me, it was a reawakening, because I already knew that, you know, life is short and you've got to make the most of it. And you know, you've got to do what your soul, as you know, as Wayne Dwyer, sorry, I'm just hearing him, you know, tell them not to die with the song inside you. You know, it is that whole thing. And, you know, I've been having this real, you know, clash, because of course, because my husband's obviously not able to work, and we've now, last week was quite challenging, if I'm really honest, but again, you know, like, you've got to look for the silver linings. Thank goodness I had my resilience toolkit with me. I was whipping out all sorts of tools like you wouldn't believe last week. I had a few things being thrown at me. And one was, you know, okay, hubby's in a much better space, just so that everybody knows, which I'm really thrilled about. He had an examination. It was all good, and we're really thrilled. However, because of the botched surgery, he's had to be, you know, have major surgery down his abdominals several times, which has now resulted in things not knitting together as well as they could. Which means he's now got a massive hernia that now needs operating on. Okay, so now that's kind of set everything back again, emotional, of like, you know, really, like, I'm you know, wanting to publish my book, you know, shoe psychology, you know, what do your shoes tell you about you? I'm running this channel. I'm hoping that Hayes House would actually publish me, but if they don't, then maybe there would be someone else who would say, look, you know, you're right, this does change lives. Those tools do make a difference. You know, let's get you out there, because it's about reach for me. It's about impact for me. It's about getting you in a better place. It's not, you know, this is not a all about me journey. This is, you know, living my soul purpose, you know, living from my space that I came here for, you know, and singing my song, as Wayne Dwyer would say, you know, so that I don't die with that song inside me. And that unwritten book, you know, has been burgeoning for a while, and it's just got to happen. It's got to. So, but I'm just wanting to let you know, it's not always an easy journey. So that was the one thing. I mean, so we've learned that now he's going to have this thing. Look, he's fine, you know, he's fine. So we've elected not to have the surgery yet, because he just does need to be a lot stronger. But it was great, because I've got a fantastic coach, and I would recommend that you always get a coach, for whether it's in your business, whether it's on a personal level, where quite often it's for both, to get you to where you need to go. Because sometimes you just need, you know, I was talking about those super owls shoes that, you know, that I was talking about, where you just need someone who's out of the woods to be able to see, you know, that's a weed, that's a bush, that's a tree. This is, you know, you really want to pull that kind of stuff out. And, you know, there was a lot of clarity, because one of the other curveballs that I've got is that, because my husband hasn't been in a good enough space to obviously work, you know, I've obviously had to pick up extra with my digital marketing business. And, you know, whilst I'm really, really good at digital marketing, like, you know, I'm exceptionally known for conversions, so I do have a great reputation. I have acquired this somewhat high maintenance client who it was like, oh, thank goodness they've come on board. I didn't know, at the time, but I was like, what a godsend. I'm so pleased, because now that's going to be the recompense for my husband's side, and going on. And so you see now with that, I was thrilled, really nice product to be sold. However, it turns out that not only very high maintenance, resulting in me not being able to put in as much time as I'd like with my soul driven purpose, which is this, but it's also now come to a point where it seems that there's a track record of not paying, or when does always wants a discount, or is always finding some kind of what I call cockroach in the foods, like in the old days that, I have to remember movies where they didn't want to pay for the meal, they put a cockroach in and say, see, I'm not paying for that kind of thing. So it's, I'm in this real dilemma now of like, oh my gosh, I've got my hubby, he's going to be able to do a little bit of work, but it's going to be very lightweight and only a few hours. And yes, there is some level of support, and yes, we do have savings, but it's not really what I want to be doing right now. I really want to be, in a situation where it was like moonlighting with this, and so that it would take off, and once it's taken off, then I'd be able to have, let go of that side of the business, so that I could just do what I just love, which is this. So, my goals are obviously the book. I've got some digital products, which are going to be all these like little techniques. They're not going to be expensive, that you can buy. And honestly, it would be such a bonus if that were to happen. But look, I don't want you to feel pressurized. I only want you to get this stuff if you think it's going to make a difference to your life. I know it makes a difference. It has made a difference to me. I would never have been able to cope in the last year if it hadn't have been for this stuff. I'm not kidding. I'm actually going to post, I don't know if any of you know Karate Kid. Now I'm showing my age here, but if you don't know, Karate Kid was a little guy, and what was the Japanese master, and he taught him how to make all these moves, wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. Well, that is how I've been operating this last year. And the waxing on and off, like he just said, why am I doing this at the time? Don't understand. That's what all this channel stuff is about. It's all those tools that come into your system that make you resilient when the proverbial hits the fan, when you get blindsided by something, and then you just go into this wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off, and you go, right, I need that toolkit, and you pull it out, and it might be your nunchucks, or it might be your, I don't know what it is, those star things, whatever they use, but this is the emotional toolkit that's going to get you through. It's going to get your family through. It's going to get your friends through. The book will hopefully be the place that I would really love it, where it opens that door for people who are not aware to go, holy crap, my life could be different, and I can handle, and I am resilient, and oh, it's just a learning tool. Oh, okay, you mean I just have to listen to this X amount? So, I really want to spend more time doing this. So I really appreciate all your support. I really just wanted to let you know, like other stuff happened last week as well. And again, it was wax on, wax off stuff. A very volatile person came and knocked on the door, really random. Don't know them, never seen them before, went off like a pocket rocket. So I've obviously got to do some energy work to recenter and get grounded and, put out more positive vibes. So my coach today has really helped me to recalibrate with all of that. And, I'm just going to have to take the punt. I'm going to have to let this really high maintenance client go. It scares me absolutely shit less, seriously, because it's like, what's going to happen? And every time I meditate, the universe goes, trust, in the universe. And you're like, oh, you know, you listen to all those stories, you look about Jeffrey Allen, you know, and his master class and how he was a software engineer, and his intuition kept telling him, go down this road, go down the, you know, the energy channeling route, go down, you know, teach this kind of stuff. And against all that, you know, he was a software engineer, you know, and you're just like, oh, really? And apparently Eckhart Tolle was the same, my coach was saying today, where she was saying, oh, you know, like apparently, you know, he had literally $5 left to his name. He was in South America at the time, and something just told him to go and spend his last $5 on a lottery ticket or whatever it was. I'm not promoting gambling, by the way. Just relating a story that she related to me, and I don't even know how accurate that is, but go look it up if you want to. And how he won the money that he needed in order to travel or do his course or whatever it was. Probably, oh no, you know what it was? To write the book The Power of Now. And look what a tremendous success that was as a result. So I am quite literally in exactly that space right now. I've got my paths in front of me. I know the one I want to go down. My, you know, one side of me is going, don't be ridiculous, you've got to earn money, you've got a husband who's you know, really, he needs you to step up, you've got children, you've got a house, you know, we've got mortgages and etc, etc. So, you know, shoes off, that's what's going on for me. You know, I'll keep you posted on my journey. I will. I'll let you know, like, you know, what's happening now and again, whenever it suits. And I just wanted to share that mainly, you know, it's not about, you know, being driven towards any money. There's no offer yet anyway. I haven't got the stuff up. But you know, if you think it's going to make a difference, then, and I do have to look after my family, obviously, but it was more about having you know that it's real people doing this. You know what I mean? Like it's, I am a mother. That's it. You know, I am a wife. Just, you know, trying to make it just like anybody else in the world. And thank goodness I've got all these tools and things that I mean, I've been so blessed. Honestly, I'm just so grateful, because if I didn't have all my emotional resilience toolkit with me, how could I have been there for my kids? You know, how could I have got them through all that stuff during the pandemic? How could I have got my husband through all of that cancer episode and handle the overwhelm and handle the stress and handle the emotional ups and downs and, oh my God, we're going to lose him. Oh no, it's okay. You know, it's like it really has been like roller coaster. And oh, you know, then you get a blindsided with some random person coming up, and you know, you're just like, what? Where did that even come from, man? Like, I so don't deserve that in my life, you know? So obviously realigning my energy is going to be key. I'm, you know, recalibrating. I'm getting rid of those negative things that aren't working for me. And I am going to take the plunge. So wish me luck, ladies. Let's see how this goes. Cross fingers for me. And hopefully with all your support as well, you'll be there helping me. And as I'm there to help you, you know, I can make a difference. I know this has worked for me and it's got me through, and I know it can work for you too. So hope you found that useful today. I was going to post, you know, in my series, but, you know, I thought let's start with let's get real. Let's just have those real proper conversations, and I want to get it to a point where, you know, in our members group, that, you know, you just can talk freely and it's a safe place, and, you know, you're there to get supported, and there's tools there and people there to help you, get you healed, get you, if you're not needing the healing, just get you in a pair of shoes that suit you. Yeah, just doing what you really need to be doing, living your purpose, living from, you know, your source energy. Challenging, because, you know, it's you know, you're so conditioned, and it's this, you know, I get it, that's where I'm at right now, and it's just like, do I just have the faith, do I just take the plunge, crap, here I go. And so that's what I'm doing. So there we are, shoes off, what's really going on for Vicki Jane. Thanks so much for joining me today, ladies, and love you all. Hope you're well, and feel free to comment or not, it's up to you, and hopefully I'll get to see you on the Facebook page as well. Thanks, hey, bye.